Happy 2023 for Mike's Unleashed. You got your man D Mega right here?
Yo, you got Hawk here, man. Happy 2023, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We're glad to be back at it again. So we're just going to get right into it. Here it is. Hawk, we talked about it a little bit, but we felt like we needed to bring this up to the on the podcast. Let's talk about the minor incident, ruffle scuffle between Dana White and his wife.
Yeah, very minor, very minor. Small matter, very small.
Yeah, but you see, there's a thing. We're calling it small. Why? Because the media, it kind of didn't take a lot, and it wasn't one of those top news stories. You know who had it? TMZ, not ESPN, not anything else. Hmm. Let's
Yeah,
talk
because
about why is that?
TMZ loves drama, man. Let's be honest about it. TMZ loves drama. To me, it wasn't even really something that should have been brought up. I mean, to me, it just felt like a personal matter between them. I mean, that's my opinion. It
No,
really
no,
did.
no. So for those who haven't heard about it, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of you, Dana White was caught on camera at a club smacking his wife. I mean, just gave a full on smack right to her
All
face,
right, now
right?
come on. That's a little
Now,
much.
uh, I mean, the video's out there, right? Everyone can watch the video for themselves. But in all fairness, his wife slapped him first, he slapped her back. But it's just an immediate response that Dana White did that is just kind of interesting because this was out of the club. He smacked her like it was a reflex. And
Uh,
I don't hear much being talked about it. He issued a little apology and then it was swept under the rug.
but let's think about it, right? So it goes back to what you just said. She smacked him first. She assaulted him, and he responded. I mean, it's a natural reaction probably for most men. Like the old folks say, like people say all the time. You don't know what somebody will do, so keep your hands to yourself. Stay out their personal space. Their body is their property. Don't smack them because you may get smacked back. And he smacked the hell out of him.
Yes, yes, yes. That is exactly what the old folks used to say. But they also told you never put your hands on a woman. They said that too, right?
See, never put your hands on a woman, right? They did say
Right.
that, but she
Okay.
assaulted him, right? You can't assault somebody and not expect them to not react at all.
Come on. Assault. His wife slapped him. She was just like, "Look, I ain't ready to
Hmm.
go." He was just like, "Nah, let's go." He pulled her.
Okay.
She turned around. She slapped him. He, wow, slaps her back. That
Slap the back.
assault? I don't think that was assault
Well, she's
for
assaulted.
her.
So,
She didn't
okay.
assault her husband. Let's talk about the
Mm,
fact that this just didn't get as much play because you're trying to say it's a closed matter. It shouldn't have been, blown up.
personal matter.
I kind of think it should have been blown up more. Personal matters aren't personal anymore if they're out in the public eye. They're not.
Okay.
They're public.
So I gotta get you on this. You said she didn't assault him. What's the definition of assault? If she was a stranger and she walked up and smacked the hell out of him, is that any different? A
That
smack is
is
a smack.
totally different.
Assault is
That's totally
assault.
different. This was
Assault
this
is
was her
assault.
husband. This was the husband.
What? So
This was
you
the
can't
husband.
assault your husband? You can't assault your wife?
That was a love tap that she gave him.
Ah, man, you
That
know
was a
what? Do
love
not
tap she gave him.
do
Come
not
on,
make me pull
man.
up the definition of assault. Do not make me do it.
No, no, no.
It was
You want to try
assault.
and throw that. You want to try and throw the word
Assault,
assault in
bro.
there to make what he did right. Is that what you want to do? To try and say, oh,
Oh,
he
I'm
was
not
defending
saying
himself because he
I'm
was
saying both of
assaulted?
them are wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. So they
Oh,
both were in
what
the
do you mean
wrong.
that?
So why chastise him for reacting to the slap that she started, to the incident when she created it? Why chastise him on it? Because he's a
I'm not.
man.
Yeah, I want to chastise not just because
Oh
he's a
my
man,
gosh.
but because of who he is, and there just isn't a lot of news media about it. One, Dana
Okay.
White, he is the president of the UFC, the most violent, brutal sport that we have on this planet. The
Okay.
UFC, he's the president of that, right? So you're going
Right?
to tell me that this man who sees all this, blood, sweat, and just going over abuse happening in his ring. Now that's
Okay.
abuse. You want to talk about assault? They assault each other in the ring. But this is the man who's the president of that.
Yes.
He's not the one that you would expect to see something like this from, or should he be the one that you should expect to see something like this from, right?
Well, I
Because
think his
maybe it's in his DNA.
I think his job has nothing to do with him being assaulted. right? Anybody can be assaulted. It doesn't matter what your job is, man. Yes, he's the president of the UFC. Absolutely. So that means he should be immune to being slapped in the face and not wanting to react because he's the president of the UFC. That's a little hypocritical
He
right
got
there, man. I
slapped
don't.
by
Mm-mm.
his wife. Come on, man. You can't
Look,
just haul off and your first response is to hit your wife. I can see if you were out on the street and it was someone that you don't know, someone
well,
slaps you. Obviously, put hands on them. Because, hey, don't touch me because I won't touch you. But
well,
that's your wife. And that's a woman. That's a woman.
maybe in his house, maybe he's abused and battered by her all the time. Maybe he's the victim.
You're trying to tell
I
me
don't know.
that you believe that he's the abusive one in the relationship?
He's an
one in the
abused
relationship?
husband. It can happen. And maybe he just had enough of her abusing him and taking out all her hostility on him. Maybe when he comes from the work, she smacks him, hits him with stuff, pushes his head, and all. You know how women do, put that finger in your face, and maybe she just is just that hostile lady to him. Who knows? You don't know what happens in his household.
And his breaking point and his moment to fight back, the being that abused person, was to slap her at a club in public. Come on.
That's
man.
when he
You
had
gotta be better than
safety
that.
and security around him to save him, and he finally had the courage to react.
No. You can't get me with that, Hawk. You can't get me. I'm telling you, there's a problem with this. It's a problem. And I know that we're laughing because this is a conversation. Hey, there's no joke about, domestic violence and none of that going on.
Domestic violence.
This is just a situation that I find it very cute, very comical that you don't see the irony that this is Dana White that smacks his wife. I don't understand that.
I do see the irony. Domestic violence, I would look. Yes, it was.
If you can call it assault, I can call it domestic violence.
You sure can. It's domestic violence, and she initiated the violence. She's an abuser.
Okay. That's the word you want to use. That's the word you want to use. I'm just saying. Listen,
was she the aggressor?
It should not have been. Yes, it looked in the video as she was the aggressor. She did it first. I feel that there was just not enough media coverage about it. I just felt like it was swept under the rug, and it was just kind of ironic. Had this been anyone else, this topic would be going on. It would have been trending the news a little bit more. And I felt like with Dana White, it wasn't. It was kind of odd.
Okay,
I found it very odd.
I will agree with that. It didn't stay in the news long. He made an apology about it. Said he should do better. He should be better and do better. He made his apology, and it looks like the media just accepted the apology, and he was good to go because obviously the media saw that it was a personal matter.
Oh, okay. So the media is that caring and that forgiving for certain folks, not for others. I kind of find that kind of interesting.
Absolutely.
And why is that? Why is the media accepting of his apology and no one else's?
Isn't that the reality? Right?
But that's the problem. It shouldn't be the reality. Let's be fair across the board here. If that was someone else in any other nationality that slapped his wife, I think it'll be much more of a topic, leading more news outlets. You'll be more publicity going on. Okay, so we're in agreement with that, right? That
yes,
there's obviously an issue of how this whole situation was being, portrayed, and the media itself in covering this story.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. I agree 10,000%. There's not equal treatment. There's not equal coverage in society. When it comes to minorities versus people like Dana White, right? It's not an equal treatment. We get that. We know that. That's 100% accurate. I won't dispute that. I won't even try to challenge that at all because that's the reality of the society we live in. So you're absolutely right.
Okay. Well, as long as we can agree on that point or whatever. Look, Hawk, that's all I got. I got nothing else. I want to just say appreciate everyone tuning in. Like I said, this is our first one of 2023. We're going to keep them rolling. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe. We can't do this without your support. So come back at us. Hawk, take us out.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Continue to help us grow in 2023. Thanks a lot, like Mega said, for the support. We out. Peace.
D-Mega here, one half of Mike's Unleashed. We want to thank everybody for subscribing. We appreciate your support. Stay tuned. We're going to have more in store, more episodes coming, more content. We can't do this without you. So before you leave, don't forget to subscribe.